Right, hello. Let's do a elephant ears update. So we'll have a little walk around and see how all the colocaceae and alocasias are doing. So we've got a couple in pots. This one is Alocasia ptetora. Sort of treat it as a house plant during the winter, but that spends all summer outdoors. Just propagated a few smaller ones off this. I think I've got 3 off this, so it's not a huge plant at the moment, but I mean it's still big enough to produce some offshoots. So this ptetora is a sort of a speckly leaf base, and then the leaf itself is sort of quite crinkly. Yeah, quite nice stems on that. So yeah, that's gets morning sun and dappled afternoon shade, as you can see. We've got Alocasia sumo in a pot. This is a plant I bought a couple of years back, and I had several propagations off this. And again this year I've got 2 small ones at the bottom there, which I'll probably take off next year. This has got quite a good sized leaf on it. Quite a dark purpley underside, but because it's in full sun, it's bleached a bit of the colours out, but you still see the purple veining. So that's quite a nice one. So that's obviously in a pot as well. That overwintered in the heated greenhouse, no problem, didn't die back at all. Minimum of 10 degrees, or you can take it indoors as a house plant. So I've just done a video on the bog filter revamp, so if you want to see the details and all the elephant ears in that, I suggest you watch that, part 1 and 2. So let's have a look down the garden. So we'll start on the left in the shady border. So I've got a Alocasia wettii, which I bought from Wilkinson's a little while back. I think that's £5. Obviously the older leaves are showing a bit of damage. I think there's a bit of sun stress, but the new leaves are nice and green, albeit a little bit smaller. But that'll be a house plant through the winter. That's just sitting there in the border in a pot. We've got this, I never remember the name of it. It's not a Alocasia or Colocasia, but it's in the elephant ear family. So that's just pushed out a new leaf. Sort of quite a nice dark leaf with nice light green vein, and obviously it sort of fades out as they get older. And we've just got some Escalente at the front here, Colocasia. Not overly huge, but they're in a fair bit of shade there. Got a Small Jacks Giant. So sort of size of leaf on that, pushing out a new leaf there. This is the little Colocasia illustris. So that's the dark, quite a dark leaf on that. There's a little offset coming there as well. Never seem to do that well, them ones. But ones that have been doing well are the Colocasia Escalente in the bog filter here. So you can see this is a substantial leaf, probably pushing, it's over 2 foot now. And there's another one there, another big one. So yeah, that's done rather well. Obviously all the water and nutrients it needs in there. And we've got a burgundy stem. I don't know if you can see the iridescent quality of the leaf. It's quite nice to get that in the right light. Obviously smaller, sort of ruffled, more arrow shaped. Yeah, they're doing rather well. And then coming round here again, we're getting this a lot this year. Some random elephant ears, albeit very small, popping out. Just must have been small bulbs in the soil I used. So we've got that's a little Escalente and a small burgundy stem there. I don't know how they got in there. Must have been some old pot and soil or something. So these are some good sized burgundy stems. So again, not quite a crinkled leaf, but say the leaves are quite nice on them. Just catches the light rather nicely. And these propagate themselves real quick and easy. They send out runners, so you can see. See a little offshoot here coming out. So yeah, I fully expect there to be 4 or 5 little plants off that one by the end of the summer. More Colocasia Escalente, left in the ground all winter, came up no problem. A little bit of leaf damage on that. I'm guessing that's the wind blowing it against the palm tree underneath. And we've got the pink Chinas. They're doing what they do, spreading, looking okay, never get particularly big. That's quite a big leaf, Escalente. Yeah, it's done rather well. Again, left in the ground over winter, absolutely fine. Comes straight back up again as soon as it warms up. Minimal protection, just give it a thick mulch. Or I do find that left in the ground they get a lot bigger. I've got some that I overwintered just as tubers and then started off again. I don't think they like the disturbance. So the ones that have been left in the ground, I've got 2-3 times the size of the ones I've overwintered. So I think that's what I'll be doing with them in the future. Leave them in situ and mulch over. More burgundy stems this side. Right, the Thai giant. A little bit disappointing this year, but I guess it's due to the weather. They do need the warmer temperatures, these ones. No, it's not a small leaf, it's still good size. But because they normally do kick out a leaf a week when you get some good temperatures, but due to the sort of stop and starting of the warm weather, that tends to hold it up. I mean, there is a new leaf ready to push out, so they only hold about 3 leaves, or normally hold 3 good leaves, but obviously you can see that one, that's just about done. That can be cut off, and this one's starting to die off, so that's just how slow it's been growing. Yeah, still, I have to admit, I just like the colour and the shape of the leaves on them. I do, probably one of my favourites, even though it's not getting massive this year. So we've got another Alocasia Sumo. So I put this in the ground probably June, and since then it's pushed out this big leaf and pushing out another one there. So again, nice purple backside to that. That's nice easy care alocasia. A lot of them can be fussy. That's one of the easier ones. I have done a video stroke review on the Alocasia Sumo, so if you track back through my videos you'll find that earlier on in the year. Alocasia macrorrhiza, which is, in fairness, a small plant, but again that went in June. Actually a double trunk on that, and the newer trunk has got the bigger leaves. That's obviously pushing out a new leaf as it is, so that gets a little bit of shelter from the sun from the big banana there. They can take a bit of sun, but I don't think they want full sun all day. So yeah, it's not growing particularly quick, but again, due to the weather. Well, I've got lots of little colocaceas along. It's like a lot of these I bought from Morrison's as little Edos, so I didn't expect too much from them. They're not a named species, they're just sort of a crop they use to, similar to potatoes, so they'll eating crop rather than ornamental. But yeah, I've got quite a few of them. I'd say they're quite small. There's another one there, so I'll probably leave them in the ground and mulch over and see how they do. Not going to dig everything up. Another Escalente there, and this is a little experiment I've done. It's a Alocasia sabrina, so that leaf was already half dead. I put it in, and since it's been in the ground it's pushed out a new leaf, and it's now pushing out a second new leaf. So they're mainly grown for the stem rather than the leaves. The leaves aren't anything special, but the stem looks quite nice. But yeah, I've never tried them outside, so I thought I'd give it a go this year. Seems to be doing okay. The Jack's Giant. It's a decent sized leaf on there. Interestingly, the new leaf has just opened up. It's smaller than the old leaf, but it might still be open and growing, so we'll see on that one. So that's more or less it. I think let's have a little look at the there's one that I left in the ground last year, little Colocasia Escalente, pretty much unprotected. It still came back, obviously quite small, but I think that's a small plant when I put it in. So yeah, I've had a lot of them pop out of random places this year, which I didn't expect after the harsh winter, but so they are a lot hardier than you give them credit for. Right, so I think that's it for the elephant ears for now, so thanks for watching.